Hello friends, in today's session I am going to give an introduction to graphs, and we're going to talk about the different type of graphs that we have and how do we use them. Now let's look at the third type of graph, which is histograms. Histograms also use rectangular bars as was done for the bar graphs, but they are slightly different. They show the data in intervals. So bar graphs were two or more bars represented discretely separated by some distance. Here they are rectangular bars which are showing data in intervals which is continuous. See, we have this green bar here which is representing the weight of maybe children. So weight between 30 to 35 is showing three number of children have weight between 30 to 35. So this is showing interval. Bar in comparison to histograms were not showing the interval. It was specifically showing this bar was indicative of a particular weight, wherein in histograms the bar one rectangular bar is showing data in intervals. So here we have this number of students which have number of children who have weight between 30 to 35 kg is 3. Students who have weight between 35 to 40 is 2. Students who have weight between 40 to 45 is 1. And again students having weight between 45 to 50 is 2. So this is showing the data in intervals. It consists of adjacent bars over some interval. So it is not bars separated by some distance. These are showing adjacent bars. Now supposing we have we want to indicate the number of students with weight 50 to 55 and we say there are none, then there will be this period will not have any bar because the number we want to indicate is 0. But otherwise the bars are adjacent to each other. And the width of the bar is representing the interval. So if we want to, instead of seeing 40 to 45 and 40 to 45 to 50, if we want to club them together, if we want to show 40 to 50, we could represent it by a wider bar of height 3, showing 3 number of students have weight between 40 to 50. So the width of the bar is basically representing the interval. Length of the bar is representing the data corresponding to the interval. So we are saying the number here in this case number of children who have that much of weight is represented by the length of the bar. And histograms represent the distribution of data over different intervals. So we are saying over distribution of data between 30 to 35, 35 to 40, 40 to 45, 45 to 60. So it is continuous as compared to the bar graphs which are used to compare data for specific values. In case of bar graph, we'll have number of children with weight 32, we have one bar, and number of students with weight 38, we have another bar, and we just compare the two. Okay, how many students with 32 weight and how many students with 38 weight. So those bar graphs cannot be used where we want to show data in intervals where there's a continuous range. So the next one that we'll be talking about are line graphs. Line graph is used to represent the data or information that changes continuously over time. And the data is represented by the dots on the grid. So if we look at this graph, which is the line graph, we are plotting temperature with respect to time, and we know that temperature continuously changes as we move during the day. So as the time changes, the temperature is changing continuously. So we plot this data as dots on this grid because we are not measuring the data continuously, we're measuring data at some regular intervals. So maybe after 15 minutes we measure the temperature. So we plot those temperature measured at specific time by the dots, and then we join the dots to show that this is the pattern. This is how the data is continuously changing over time. So line graphs could also be used to represent rainfall on each day. So we could have something like, we draw a graph and we say this is the time and this is the y-axis, we have the rainfall, and we say we have 1 mm of rainfall at one time on one day, and we have 2 mm of rainfall on the other day we had, and so similarly we can draw and join these points to indicate that, to get a line graph. So as we just said, that it is made by joining the consecutive dots with the line segments. And it displays data as a series of data points called markers. So these points are called the markers, which are connected by a straight line. So we will always join the consecutive points with a line segment, and these points are called markers. So we will not join this point with this point. This would be incorrect. The consecutive points are to be joined by a line segment to form a line graph. Friends, I hope you enjoyed the session. If you find it useful, please like it and share it with your friends. You can visit us at our Cool Smart Learning website and post your queries there. And please subscribe to the Cool Smart Learning channel for getting updates on the new sessions. Thank you.